Hello, bourbon fans, and welcome to another version of Round the Barrel. Today we are discussing 5 of the 10 Four Roses recipes. The OE series is going to be discussed today. And with me to do that, we have some very special guests. So today we have
Bobby Lee with Whiskey University.
Dave.
JR with the Whiskey and Rock podcast.
Dave Waddell with Whiskey University.
And as always, I am MJ with Whiskey University as well. So again, we have done a previous video on the other 5 recipes that come in the box set for Four Roses. This is the other 5. So they are releasing all of these in their individual bottles. These are 104 proof, correct?
Seems like they are.
Yeah.
So they're all 104 proof on this one. This is the OE series, so we are going to be trying all of them in order. And the first of which we're going to be trying is the OESV recipe. So, gentlemen, thoughts? So after trying the rye mash bill, and you're good with this one, so this is kind of one of the reasons why we have you here.
Well, thanks.
The OE series. You want to talk about that real quick, because that's different?
Yeah, so the E has a lower rye content than the B, so we're at 20% rye on this one.
Okay.
So still pretty good amount of rye in there,
But still lower
it's
than
lower
the-
than the
okay.
B. So
So-
we're probably not quite as spicy.
So well, yeah, right. When we get to when you start talking about lower rise on the mash bill, that you're expecting to hear less of those earthy tones, less of those spicy tones, less of those kinds of things. So, although I found the other one, the series to be pretty sweet, so I'm really kind of like interested in the sweetness level to me, because that was really pronounced in the last one.
I get a
we
lot
did.
more of the brown sugar on this one. It's
More?
still very sweet, but it's
Yes.
very brown sugar forward.
Oh yeah, it is
Yeah.
right on the front of the tongue too.
Yep.
Like it is right there. That's interesting to hear. And I really liked the V in the last one. In fact, I think I rated that one pretty high. So, yeah, it just stays with you too. Like it's right there in the front. It just doesn't go away really.
Yeah.
I definitely lean more E. And I love high rye, but I lean more E on the Four Roses.
Me too. I
And
agree.
that is, God, that's good.
Yes. Excellent.
This does seem to me a little more leveled off, though. I mean, yeah, I get that brown sugar in the front end, but
The finish.
it has a lot more going on. It's a little more complex. It's a little deeper almost in the notes that you're getting on it. I mean, I'm even getting some wood grains in this.
Yeah. I tend to see this recipe as maybe the more prevalent of the single barrel strengths that I come across.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the first time I've done all 10 recipes together. These 5 specifically, and I can already kind of tell. It's kind of setting the what are my expectations for the next 4. But yeah, this one's
Yeah.
right there.
So that's a great way to start it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
really good.
That one's really solid. Speaking of starting things, so you have a podcast that you run commonly.
I do.
Do want you to give us a little 411 on that.
Yeah, it's the Whiskey and Rock podcast. My host D-Rock and I review bottles and interview various people in the bourbon industry and artists, musical artists, and just kind of talk about all things bourbon.
How often do you guys post?
We generally post every Friday.
Okay, so
We try to keep it to a weekly.
nice. Okay,
Work and life sometimes gets in the way. So
yeah. No, I totally understand that.
So, but generally try to do it once a week.
Gotcha. All right. So if you haven't checked out that podcast, definitely need to do so. Really good stuff there. And really good stuff as far as we are tasting the Four Roses recipes. We are on to the OESK series. And this, I'm surprised though. It's still like even they all seem sweet to me. Like so far, they're all sweet. I mean, like sweeter than I guess I'm expecting.
I think that lower proof really brings out the sweetness.
Yeah, I think that's true.
Yeah.
You get
And maybe
used
that's
to
true.
it.
'Cause
You get
when we do
used
the
to it at
single
that-
barrels, the barrels they're usually higher
Yeah.
proof. So yeah, that's true. I didn't think about that, but
This is really sweet. I tend to get maybe a little more wood on this one. I get a little bit more of an oak on this one than I did the
I did
previous.
a lot more of the oak on this
Yeah.
one.
We'll say this one doesn't have anywhere near the finish.
No.
The previous one did.
No, it
Sure.
doesn't. It's very, very shorted or muted. Yeah.
And the
So you
last
do-
one had that sweet note right on the front of the tongue. This one almost is all middle of the palate type thing with me. You know,
I mean, you see, there's some. I think with the yeast influence, you do get the similarities. Like I still get some of the mint on this, but it's not as pronounced.
Yeah.
Floral on this one,
Yeah.
but different. I mean, I think the rye spice adds a different complexity to what the yeast bring. But you can see, I think, if you taste them, you can tell what the influence is from the yeast.
I was just thinking that would be an interesting comparison is to do this again, but let's compare the V's and then let's compare the K's and,
Right.
and
Right.
so on.
yeah.
Just to see what that difference in the high rye versus low rye mash bill does to it.
That and even comparing possibly the same recipes at the low proof versus the high proof.
Yeah.
And seeing how much that proof varies them.
That's
Sounds
true,
like we have a
too.
lot more drinking to do.
Yeah, terrible.
Somehow we will find a way.
Then we can get into the tiers. Four Roses, there are so
yeah.
many ways to experiment with this.
Yeah, well, today we're doing these five. Yeah, I don't.
I mean, another cool one is small batch select. Use different recipes and
Yeah.
taste individual recipes that then go into that because those are very different. They're small batch, but they're very different.
I would
as
say
far
that small batch select is
Oh.
is one that people sleep on. That's a fantastic bottle.
as- agreed.
I always forget. It's always in the back of the cabinet, and then I'll pull it out for some reason. And I'm like, why am I not drinking this more?
100%.
Yeah.
Okay. Really quickly, so we are moving on to OESO. That is the third of the flavorings that we are doing today, or the yeast strains that we're doing today. Really quickly, while we're at it, 3 Whiskey University people at the table, about to be 4. And the university, again, I'm on the board there. Are you on the board?
I'm not on the board.
Okay, I didn't think so. So, but great instructors,
Yeah.
wonderful people. They teach good classes. I've been a part of several of those. We do a number of different things. Our annual reunion is always special.
It's a good time.
It is a very, very good time. You meet great people from across the country in Canada and even Puerto Rico. We had some and in fact, that number has gone up. So we've actually started teaching across the pond here recently. So to you in England, Scotland,
So we had someone come all the way down from Alaska too.
we did.
Yeah.
We had somebody from Alaska, and then so again, we're teaching overseas now. 5 days a week now on Zoom, which when I started, it was way less.
It's
Like
3 is what all I
it
ever
was
do.
just a lot less. And now we're teaching multiple classes every night that we teach. It's just there's a bevy to learn, and if you're interested in any specific topic on bourbon, the university can definitely offer you an education on that particular regard. And for right now, the OESO education on the Four Roses yeast strain. Dave, you're our Four Roses guy, in my opinion. So,
Interesting
thoughts?
on this one because this one's spicier to me than the O with the 35% for some reason. I'm not sure what, but I really like the O, the 35. I'm not sure I'm loving the O as much. I mean, it's still good, but
I agree.
it's interesting.
This was, I think, on the last batch, I think the O was like 1 or 2 for me.
Yep.
And I don't think I like this one better than the first 2. It's a lot. It's really earthy.
Yep.
Where I think maybe in the previous one, I think the K was maybe the earthier one. But yeah, it's still really good. But it's a lot more just earthy and not quite. I would say is probably the outlier.
Say the O's have been hitting it for me. I have liked both of the O's.
See, to me, this is peppery. Like, it's just really peppery. I mean, like, you're talking about earthy notes, and I'm like, I'm not getting that. And, like, I consider myself a rye guy, so, like, rye notes I typically pick up pretty well, but this, to me, is just, it's really peppery.
This was really drying to me.
Yeah,
Almost,
that I'd agree on.
almost tannic.
That I agree on, but, like, for me, it's more of a peppery type thing than what you two are getting, and then you obviously
I enjoy that.
really like it. So, again, no wrong answers. What your palate likes, your palate likes, you know? So, OBSO is kind of a mixed bag, I think we agree amongst the group.
I
So,
think so.
you know,
Having said that, I still don't think there's a bad recipe.
No.
No,
These are all
no.
great.
Yeah, this is like choosing between your kids.
Right.
which kid?
See, that's a little telling right there.
Mijo, you know I love you. All 3 of you are great kids. I'm very lucky. OESQ. So we're on to the Q recipe with this one.
And
I
this,
think this one did pretty well in the last video series as well.
This is the
Or
tried and
Muslim.
true when it comes to
Yeah.
the mellow moments. I think I have like 4 or 5 of these because of all the different mellow moments picks that end up being this recipe.
The nose on this.
This is really good.
The nose
Yeah.
is really nice. This, in fact, is probably my favorite nose of maybe even the 9.
Oh.
This one's up there because it doesn't have it's not as blaringly as like sweet notes. There's a little floral to it. There's a little, you get a little bit of that mint even with it. From my perspective, I mean,
Yeah.
The mint's there.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
a
yeah.
great contrast to the O, to the one we just had.
Yeah.
oh, it's
Yeah.
different, night and day difference.
Yeah.
I think. Damn,
I understand why they pick these a lot.
Yep.
this one's
Cute.
really
It's
good.
really good.
Yeah, holy shit. Sorry, that was really good.
Yep.
That's
Love the cube.
This might be my favorite of the 9 that we've tried on the recipe series here. This is really solid. Goodness gracious.
Makes me happy to have multiple sets of that recipe.
Hey, good choice, Bobby. I think the overall opinion seems pretty solid on this one.
That's very good.
That's very good.
Yeah. Okay. So OESQ. Nice. So Four Roses has the 4 letters of the different recipes, but 2 of them are always the same. Why include them?
Good question.
Like, why not just EQ, EF, EO? If the other 2 are going to be the same,
It's true.
like, I mean, I guess they plan for, other options as they expand or change and things develop, etc. But I mean,
Because they do have new recipes coming out.
yes, they do. They do. They're expanding off their 10. But I mean, it just seemed redundant to me.
It
So-
definitely messes with my dyslexia trying to remember each time what I have. I have a Google spreadsheet now that tells me which ones I have, what tier they are,
Yeah.
how many, and it's like, so when I go to the distillery, it's like, these are the ones I'm looking for or need doubles to have that option. So when I kill or finish a bottle, apologize,
Do you think you have a little bit of a drinking problem there, Bobby?
now I got it figured out.
Oh, good deal.
He's got a-
Awesome. He's got a spreadsheet. He said he had a spreadsheet. It's figured out. Okay? He's got
That's
it
not a
planned.
drinking problem. That's just a buying problem, hunting problem.
Yeah.
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 Well, we would get into when we think we have a drinking problem, but that is in direct contrast to what we do.
Yes.
So let's move on to OESF and talk about this particular yeast strain as it responds to the other ones. So after that Q, I think I might be just a little... Man, that one's going to be tough to overcome. I really enjoyed that.
This is interesting. I mean, I've never done all 10 like this.
Yeah,
And
it's
I
different.
was not a fan of the F in the last batch, but I like the F here.
Yeah, I do too.
It's
I think I would like it more if we tried this before the Q.
They didn't put it in the box
It's
set
hard to
that
beat
way.
the Q, right?
Yeah, so going for the Q, this is wonderful. But I'm still sitting there like, oh, the Q. But I will say the Fs are ones that when I see them at the distillery, I normally stay away from because they're ones I see are always lower tier, and there's nothing wrong with that. I've just been trying to search for a little bit higher tiers, but all of them have been good.
This one is really good too. Man,
So that's what I'm saying. So the F here, great.
I do think this.
Not as much this time.
Yeah.
And the last time with the other batch, O was great.
see, I don't know.
I
that
do
so
think
much,
this
yeah.
F is better.
I agree.
I agree.
No, I agree with that. I mean, in fact, I'm thinking maybe the last 2 are my 2 favorites. This is really good, and I remember distinctly liking the V in the first one. I think I had it in my top 2, in fact, and I don't feel that way there. But man, I am not meant to think this much when we drink. This is not good.
Hey, thank you, Four Roses.
Yeah, Four Roses. Thank you. You guys are doing a great job up there, obviously. And so, thoughts top 2. Let's just do 2 because I don't think we can go beyond that. And I mean, I know what mine are. Again,
know
I
mine
probably
are.
just
Yeah.
said it. So
Mine's Q and F.
That's mine.
you're gonna stand. I know you're gonna be different. So go ahead and say that's fine. And
Q
usually
and-
it's me.
Q and O.
Oh,
Ooh,
okay.
see,
I really like the O's.
That's
and
fine.
he's sticking with it.
Yeah.
You know, and like if I couldn't go with the F, I would have said probably the K here, but I mean, or the V. But like I think the last two are just they stood out to me the best.
Yeah.
So obviously, huge variation in what we're getting. You know, we did shoot a previous video which was posted earlier. With the earlier 5 recipes, and we got distinctly different results. So I think what this is probably telling us is you need to drink more. We just need to try new things. So
Experiment more.
experiment
more.
Oh, that is
Yeah.
a much.
You need to experiment
Yeah.
more.
There's the attorney coming out. So again, this speaks to basically one of the things that we try and teach at the university, and then that's that your palate's never wrong, because your palate is unique to you, and what you like, and you should drink bourbon however you like it, in whatever way you like it.
100%.
And you know, even though I did criticize someone for doing that once when they mixed some Coke with some really good stuff. But anyway, with these, I think the same thing. They are releasing these bottles individually. I recommend picking these recipes up. They're fairly expensive as far as compared to other bourbons go. And, you know, this is definitely something that would look great on a shelf, that you could definitely, you know, have fun with your friends, putting all 10 of these next to each other and really trying and getting a good feel for what Four Roses is. To the people at Four Roses, thank you very much. Great stuff. We've enjoyed drinking it. We'll enjoy drinking more. And for you out there, please like and subscribe to the video. Check out some of the other videos that we have posted. There's some really good stuff out there. Jeff and I have had a myriad of different co-hosts who have different opinions and thoughts and palates. And, you know, these two gentlemen obviously know what they're talking about. We will be having other videos and things, of course, and we appreciate you giving them a watch, giving them a taste, and get out there and try some of the stuff that's in these things and let us know your thoughts and opinions in the comments. And again, thank you for your time, and everyone else, have a great day. Thank you.